Women are many things. We are CEOs, entrepreneurs, entertainers, nurturers by nature, multitaskers, lovers, mothers, and whatever else we need to be when the time calls. But can we really have it all?
What's your wind down? Tell me what's your wind down? What's your wind down? Tell me what's your wind down? Show me, tell me, what's your story? I wanna hear it, it's your opinion. Like it, love it, like it, love it. Hashtag or golden, retweet or repost it. She's my sister, she's my friend. We stay rolling to the end. We stay vibing, no matter what we riding. We can laugh, be shout or cry. Let's find answers, not ask why. We stay vibing, no matter what we smiling. I got this, you got this, we got this, we good. I got this, you got this, we got this, we good.
Welcome to Her Wind Down. Today we're going to be discussing double standards. Why is it okay for men to have a sloppy house, but women can't? Or women to have a little more few pounds overweight, and men could be
Big as they want.
fat? And how is it that 75% of men are still bringing in more than a woman, and it's 2018? So we'll start this off by asking a couple of questions. Why does society urge women to achieve their goals but not surpass their counterparts?
I'll take that one. So I think that men are very intimidated by women, especially strong women. You find it in the workplace. Women don't get, we aren't able to just, rise the corporate ladder like another man because, of course, we are female. So they feel like, well, I'm superior, so I'm just going to achieve and be better no matter what. But that's not the case. Women can still do the same thing that men are doing, but they just don't know how to take it. And that's just how I feel about that.
How do you feel they should take it?
I think that they should just take it. That's it. Give her props. We're just as smart. We can do just as much as you can, and we can earn just as much as you can. A lot of times, it'll be the same position. However, the men will get paid more just because it's a man, and that's unfair. Like, why is that? Especially if I'm doing a better job, because by nature, we're multitaskers. So why should a woman not make the same amount as a man if she's doing more or even equal? You see that in sports. I mean,
But come on, ladies. But physically, are we really physically enough to do the things that men do as far as body mechanics or anything like that? That comes up in question too. Like, I know physically I can't lift what a man can lift, right? So are we superior to everything that men do?
Okay, so my opinion with that is to a certain extent.
Right.
Now you see me carrying ovaries and uterus and all that other stuff in me, and then the least amount of testosterone, and we got to carry the estrogen, probably making you more emotional than stronger. But there's some women out there that could take those hormonal pills or whatever to build up their levels or whatever. And I've seen some really strong women.
Yes.
I've seen some really strong women football players, bodybuilders, and I've seen some weak men. So on this same platform, I'm going to still agree to say no. But when it comes to knowledgeable things like to your intellect and stuff like that, that's one thing. Physicality, it's like, okay, fine, have the sports. But then some women probably say no. So I guess it just all depends on your take of, what you're doing really and how you feel you're, measuring up against your counterpart in the workplace, on the football field, in the basketball, arena and stuff like that. Yeah. So what about, should a man be intimidated by a woman who was more successful than him?
I'll take this one. And I think that if a man is with a woman and they are in love, money doesn't come into play. And if money comes into play, there's underlying issues there. that were never dealt with to where now money is an issue.
So what are the underlying issues?
Like you guys went in not being one. Like, and you go in with secrets, you go in with, you know, separate bank accounts, you go in with all of this stuff. So mine's is mine, yours is yours, and there's no we. And so if we have $1 million in the bank, what's the issue? But if you have $1 million in the bank and I have 500,000, I'm half of you.
Right.
And that's how you're going to look at me. But if we have 1.5, we have 1.5. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. They don't mix it. And then you have your money, my money. So let's keep this separate. You know? And I think it goes all the way up to corporate, and it goes all, you know, it's one thing to have it in marriage, but I think it's just in America. That's just how it is. This is how it's done. We're not equals.
So you're saying no matter what, he still shouldn't feel intimidated. What if
No.
she made the money and she said, well, whatever I make, it is yours?
He shouldn't, because he has access to it all.
But if
So-
if society is telling him that he should be the breadwinner, he should be making the money, he should be the one that's overseeing finances and taking care of the household, you don't
Then-
think that it could cause some type of insecurity in him?
If society is telling him that, society should also tell him his wife shouldn't be working. So if his wife is working and he don't have a problem with her working, he shouldn't have a problem with her earning.
Well, well.
Well, let me pick up the
I
line
agree
on
on
that.
that. I mean, if we listen to society,
So
Wind down.
hey, if you
Women
listen to
breadwinners.
society-
So stay-at-home dads, is this taboo in our society right now? Denise?
Well,
Oh.
it depends on the relationship with the, you know, woman and man. If they say, hey, look, I want you to stay home, and she agrees to that, then okay. But if she says, oh, okay, she might feel some type of way saying like, I'm working, and she sees this man, the big old strong man, and she's walking out of the door to go to work. For me, I will feel some type of way walking out of the house and I see a man in the house just, you know, changing diapers, vacuuming the floor, anything like that. I will feel some type of way. It's just me. Some women will say, hey, it's okay. I'm making the money. He can stay at home. Some people feel like, okay, I don't want my man around anybody else, because that's something that most women to say, like they don't want their man around any
women.
other. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's okay for their man to be at home, taking care of kids, washing, cleaning, doing that. For me, no. If I'm getting up going to work, I want you to get up and go to work also.
I have to
Yeah.
agree. I have to agree on that. I think it has a lot to do with your upbringing, though, because for me, I watched my mom be a stay-at-home mom, almost my entire life, childhood, and my dad was the breadwinner. But when he came home on Thursdays with that paycheck, she was the accountant, and she handled the household bills. And so my dad always instilled in us as daughters that, you know, if a man don't work, he don't eat. And there is absolutely nothing that he cannot do. So my dad worked in the oil industry, and until I worked in the oil industry, I didn't know he got laid off during certain seasons because our household as kids never stopped. So for a man to become a stay-at-home dad, I got an issue with that, because I remember rainy seasons, he used to collect bottles, build sandbags. We didn't know because the household bills didn't stop. I never seen my mama leave and go to work to make up for it, but I did see my daddy continue his routine. So to see a man stay at home, I don't know, it rubs me a certain type of way. I just
But do you think it's ingrained in us? Say, for a scenario, okay, even if it's like the man makes a little bit less, say, you know, your husband is a blue collar worker and you are corporate and you're of course making more money, of course, because of your industry. So no matter what, you will always, you know, be making more than your husband. He understands that, he's fine. And you're like, this works for us. We already know this. But sometimes people looking in from the outside will be like, well, you got your woman making more money than you, or, you know, is she taking care of you because you're not bringing in this much? So society sort of looks up to him as less of a man because you're not making more money than your woman, or you're not the breadwinner. So, you know, it's sort of like, if he's putting his best foot forward and he's working and he's bringing something to the house, but hey, she's just more successful, society will still look at him and say, like, look at him and look down on him.
Right. But in this society, in this day and age, it takes two regular incomes to provide for a household.
Yeah.
I will agree with that. And I will agree that there's certain things in certain industries that a woman goes into that she will make more. Her salary will be more than his.
Right.
Now, what those bank accounts look like when they come home, that's different. Now, I'm not saying that he has to be the sole breadwinner. No. Because that, in this day and age, again, is different. But what I am saying is that he has to be working. He has to show and make practice of getting up, going to work, providing for his family, because again, that is what he was made for, is to provide and protect. So I'm not saying that I have to make 100,000 and he needs to make 102,000. No, if he is going to work every day and he provides for his family and there is nothing that we miss in our household, and he come home with 45 grand a year, guess what? I'm okay with it. And if society is telling him something different, which society will, I mean, who loves who? Do you love society, or does society love you? Because society also tells a woman that she should be a size 3.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, by the looks of it, 3 kids later, let's put a 10 in front of it, right? So, I mean, if we base everything off of what society said, I think we will all need mental therapists.
We probably will.
Right. Well, you know, my opinion on that, I think, just for my situation, I don't mind if my husband decided to stay home. Maybe because I married an older man and he didn't already work over 20 years and he's already retired.
Right.
But my whole thing is there's always something that needs to get done.
Right.
And as long as you're a team player, like as far as my house, just be a team player. Whether it's taking the kids to piano lessons, taking them to their swim class, straightening up the house, whether it's laundry, whether it's putting gas in the car, if it's picking up this, dropping off this, bringing it, just be a team player.
Right.
Just add to where I don't have to worry about the house, the cooking, the kids,
Right. I
know
work,
that's right.
all that. Just
Yeah.
what base you taking first, second,
Yeah.
third?
Right.
You gonna outfield?
You gonna be a pitch or what?
That's my whole thing
Right.
right there. It's like just be a team player. Like where are we at in this? Like so it's not a certain amount of
Right.
income that needs to come in.
It's more of
Just
that.
it's more of this is a unit. Let everybody be on a team. Let everybody do something. You know.
Right.
Right. And so again, that what works in your household
right.
may not work in my household, and what works in hers may not work in yours.
Right.
So that's what makes each marriage and each relationship unique, because what Greg and I have, Terry and Carlos don't have.
Right.
Because they're built and they're wired different, but they're built and wired together. So what works, and
What
I
y'all
can't
got that we
take
ain't
and
got?
method. Well, minus a few years on both ends. No, but that's the thing. That's where people mess up at, is because I want to make my household look like you, and that goes
Right.
back to the good old
Can't
saying,
do that.
keeping up with the Joneses.
Right.
I can't keep up the Joneses when I'm young, you know. So that's where that goes.
Yeah.
Before you go on with that next question, you know what I was gonna say is what people don't realize is when men are stay-at-home dads, your kids miss out on that maternal connection, and I don't think that's stuff that you can replace, and it's time lost that you can't get back. And a
Right.
bond between a mother and a child, there's nothing like it.
Right.
And so, you know, that's also an issue there.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I would have to agree. I recently, I've been off work from working in the oil industry 2 years. And during those 5 years that I was away and working, I traveled out of town twice. And I think the very last time that I just traveled, I was gone for Thanksgiving. And that kind of broke my heart. And then when I came to Noah's school one day, one of the little girls, she ran up to me and said, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm Noah's mom." She said, "No, you're not. Noah's dad always come get him and his nana." I was like, wait a minute. No. So that kind of like just broke my little heart. Like, wait, this ain't how it's supposed to go. And you know, Greg he works and he owns his own company, but it's like he kind of has like the flexibility to move and shake when he wants.
Right.
So it was like I'm working in this industry where I'm boxed in for 12 to 16 hours, 7 days a week, and I'm missing out on nurturing my babies. And I remember my mom, you know, even though she didn't work and I didn't get to see like her working skills on that end, but the nurturing part and the things that I value, I kind of was getting ready to miss in my baby's life. And I was like, yeah, no, this isn't going to work.
Right.
I'm going to have to sit these boots to the side, honey.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, with black women making more than black men, like 2018, you know, this is 2018, so now it's like a big old shift with women just making more. But now you're seeing black women going over to other races because now they're looking for more of an income, so they're going with somebody to have more pay than the black men. How do you feel like our society can handle that? Like, should we just allow that to happen, or should we bring it out to having more attention so then some people could be more aware of what's going on? Like, hey, this is not him. It's not that he can't make more. It's just that society won't allow him to get these jobs to actually compete with other people.
Right.
They're pushing up black women. Black women are now in these seats and they're taking over these jobs, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So how is it that you could get that out, or, you know, people feel like, no, it's not okay. And he's good.
Well, you
Right.
know, I think it comes down to, are you going to be that superficial when it comes to money? And I could have a pot to piss in, and as long as I'm with my husband and my kids, I'm happy. And it don't make money to make me happy. I could have a little corner on the side of the street in a tent.
Wow.
But as
So
long
knock on
as
wood for her. Don't give
I'm
me
just
no
saying,
corner,
don't
Lord.
give me but what I'm saying is,
Give me at least a block.
what I'm saying is, I think that's why I have been married so long, because I think I've hit any aspect of my marriage, like in anything that could go wrong has gone wrong, anything that could go great has gone great, and I've done it all.
Right.
And I think the fact that the both of us, it's not a money thing, because when times are good, they're good. When times are bad, they're bad.
Right.
And it just is what it is
But
with us.
stick it.
And we're gonna stick through it no matter what. It's not a dollar sign that you can make. And I think that's what women, a lot of single women, are going into it. It's like, oh no, I want the guy with the money, or I want the guy with the, this. And if you're looking at the guy with the money, that's why you're still single. Because you're looking for money, and you're not looking for a heart. You're not looking for a mind. You're not looking for a connection. You're not looking for somebody that can grow with you and, teach you some things, or, you can teach some things and, build with. Nobody's trying to build anything. Everybody's foundation is money. And money is the root of all evil. So I dang sure don't want my marriage built on the root of all evil.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
if you can get over that in the beginning, the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
The sky's
That's
the
good.
limit.
That's
And
good.
even financially. Because now we both came in with nothing.
Yeah.
So now let's go get the world.
Let's take
Right.
over.
Yeah.
And
but
just
I
like we
think-
were just
yeah.
discussing with the money. No, go ahead.
Yeah, but I think it's like insecurities with most men because they feel they need to be empowered over women or make more than the woman to take care of the woman. I feel like with my husband, he's more like, oh, if I can't do this, then it's an insecurity for him because he's a protector. He's a provider in his heart and his mind. I have to protect my family. So for us, we have to put that in him. Babe, I love you. I'm not going anywhere. This is where we're going to be. It's us. So for us as women, we have to put that in our husbands' hearts and let them know, like, hey, we're in this together. We're going to do this together. And if I think most times men feel like when they see other men doing for their wives, or they feel like, okay, she's gonna go out and do something, she's gonna find that somewhere else. And so that's when that insecurity come in, where you need to come in and say, hey, this is what we have together. I don't want anybody else, I just want you. And that's how it be in most relationships, because of the insecurity that the men have what they can't provide for the woman.
Right. So I guess we could look at, to try to show everybody, like give them scenarios on, Jay-Z makes more less than Beyonce. So look at that marriage, and that's a great marriage.
Right.
And yet it works.
Right.
Who else? What other relationships are out there to whereas the woman may make more, but yet you can still see the couple still striving and working together.
Oprah and Stedman.
Yeah.
Are they a real?
They're not married, but they are in a long relationship.
for 20-some years. She ain't going nowhere.
Right.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
there's a lot.
But I think that even as a single woman and dating right now in 2018, it's just crazy. Especially from like just 10 years ago. Now I'm well into my career. However, you know, depending on when guys see me, if they know what kind of car I drive or if they know that I work in entertainment, then that changes their perception. And sometimes it's either intimidating or some guys are cool with it. But a lot of times it's intimidating. So a lot of times when I meet men, I never tell them what I do. Because of course they're like, oh, you work in this industry and yada yada, and I'm like, no, I want you to get to know me just for me. Or they're like, well, you know, I work in here, or it doesn't matter. I want to get to know you. I would love to build with you, but if you have an insecurity about me, then you know, if I'm traveling a lot and you're like, hey, well, I don't like that. Well, that's on you. Like, this is me.
Right.
I'm trying to get mine so that we can build, but yeah, you're insecure about it. So that's not the person for me. But I just think at some time men are just insecure coming in, even as dating, and so I don't dumb myself down, but I definitely do be like, well, I'm not gonna tell him what to do.
Filter it.
I want to filter it. I want to check
Filter
him out. I just want to gauge how he's gonna handle. Oh, like, can I take you to industry events? If you see a celebrity, are you gonna act crazy or are you just gonna be cool? Like, I go to work just like you. I just happen to work in an industry where it's a couple celebrities here.
That's a little.
That's all. And it's, you know. So I just think that hopefully more men are more open to, you know, women who may be doing other things or who may be a little bit more successful, and just look at our hearts, look at our characteristics, and say, okay, let's build from there.
Right.
But it's always been, it has all, I think from way back in times, it's always been like this. It just, social media has brought it to like everybody's eyes. But if you think about it, the black woman has always been at that level because they will never, well, I'm not going to say they will never, but in society now, the black man will never get that respect.
Right.
Because if they allow him to get that respect, he's so strong and so powerful that they're afraid of what he can really obtain. I mean, you go way back to slave time. Look at the woman slave versus the man slave. You know, you think about it, they gave her respect. They gave her a little bit of respect. But him, he didn't get none. Because they knew if they would have given it to him, he would have reached that peak. And he would have been able to obtain anything.
So feel a certain way about himself all over.
Yeah, I mean, it has to do with a respect level when it comes to the black man. You could give him all the respect in the world and he make $2, but it's the disrespect that belittles him when he makes $2. Like he could care less.
So stay encouraging your men.
That's
Right.
Okay, let's ask this question.
$1.50, baby. Come
So
on, Chip.
let's go back to another double standard. So men cheating versus women cheating. Why is it okay for a woman to accept and forgive her partner after cheating versus men who are unable to forgive their partner from cheating?
Well, I'll go there because it's going to always, from the end of time, it's going to always be a double standard. A woman cheat, he's not going to be with her. But if a man cheat, the woman, what? She's going to cry a little, and that man knows she's going to come back. Because guess what? We are emotional creatures. So our emotions are in the inside, right? Okay, so I feel like society had put that as a double standard. Like, he can go out and have babies on the side. He can do whatever he wants. And that woman is going to sit there and she's going to... Why? Maybe because he makes more money. You don't know. I'm not leaving my man. He pays the bills. He does this. And da-da-da-da. But will that woman stay if he wasn't rich? Will
I
she
see
stay?
some broke
Right, I done seen some, please.
Issue too.
Listen.
But we are emotional creatures, and I feel like, you know, our emotions are, you know, anything can tap into that, and we're more emotional to it. A guy is like, babe, I'm sorry. it won't happen again. And it's like he can go sleep with a woman and have no emotional attachment to it and then come straight to her bed and sleep with her and feel nothing about it. But if a woman do that, guess what? She is tossing and turning. She knows she did something. She like, my
You know what?
is hot.
I did not want to bring this up, but the Love and Hip Hop, Rashida, when Kirk keep on cheating, and now he had the baby on her, and she's still there, and she have all them different things going. She got the clothing line. She got she
all
has
about her
the
family.
But why stay?
she's
He's
all
gonna
about that
bring her
family.
disease.
But yeah, and it's because
And
low
why
self-esteem.
like, what type
And
of
it's
work does she feel about herself?
None.
To just sit there and just deal with that, and then they say, "Yeah, go ahead, get it, boss lady." I'm thinking,
What's boss about that?
Right.
Yeah,
What is she
I
really
just
about?
don't like. I see her, and appearance, she's beautiful. Okay, her dress, her style, beautiful. Her go-getter, ambition, beautiful. But when it comes down to that relationship, to that foundation, to what you're showing your kids, to what you're displaying on TV, like with him cheating and I'm just kind of stuck with saying boss lady. Like, I'm kind of stuck. Like, I see you.
Some people
But
feel like
because
that's a
of him,
loss.
it's like, where's your
Right.
worth?
Yeah.
Where is,
But when you have
so-
more money, I mean, you look at Kobe Bryant and his wife. You look at Gabrielle Union and Dwayne
Dwayne
Wade.
Wade,
He
yeah,
had a
exactly.
baby on her, and it wasn't during the break.
No.
But that's because it's
And
a
she's
value system.
Oh,
It all
Underlying
it's a
issues.
value system. It's self-esteem. It's all the under the surface stuff. So if I feel no self-worth, if I feel like money is so important and I have to be with a baller and I have to be with somebody on my same status or in the same circles as me and all of that gets pushed to the side, and you can do whatever you want to do with me because I'm hitting these 3 quotas.
Yeah.
I'm still in the same circles. I'm still, and it makes no sense. And it ultimately boils down to everybody's built differently. So let's start with that.
Yeah.
Because what I can take, you can't. What
Yeah,
you can
you're
take,
right.
I can't.
Right.
So I get that. But at the same time, a spade is a spade.
At the end of the day.
A cheater is a cheater. Somebody that don't love you, don't love you.
Right.
Somebody that ain't trying to build with you, ain't trying to build with you.
Right.
And you got to call it how it is. And you can pretend all day. You can work and work and work yourself to the bone.
Yeah.
And you can turn a blind eye to it because you're so busy with everything else. And you're like, everybody else, the world sees it. And speaking in terms of Rashida, like the world sees everything he's doing. And they're looking at her like, you're a sad case. But she might not even see it.
Right.
Because she's so broken to a certain extent that she's just going to keep busy.
Right.
Let me raise my kids. Let me start this business. Let me start this business. Let me stay on this show. Let me keep my hair done. Let me do this. Let me make some music. Let me rap. Let me do this. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times that's what women do. It's like a vice.
Right.
Because we are great multitaskers.
Right.
So let me just multitask my life and pretend that the rest of my life doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I see that with people I know to this very day.
Yeah.
I couldn't live in their marriage.
Right.
I couldn't live with some of the things they live with. And that's why I thank God he made me, gave me my husband. Because this is, God would not put more on me than I can handle.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I thought about that too, because I said, well, you'll talk to someone and then you'll hear, oh yeah, my husband cheated on me before. Oh yeah, this happened. And I'm thinking, I've never been in that situation. So I really can't speak up on it because I don't know what I'll do. Like I'll say, yeah, I'm leaving. I want a divorce. You get nothing. I'm going to figure this out, like how to just wipe your butt with, but I don't know. I really don't know because I've never been in that situation. So to answer why she's doing it, why a person cheating just stays, like I could look at it, but I really don't know because I've never been in that situation. You know,
And when you're the outsider looking into us, it looks like she's a fool, but to her, she's probably fighting for her life.
Right.
And I mean, when you say, we can all say, he's done it multiple times. Like strike 3, you out. But at the end of the day, if you feel like your marriage is worth fighting for, fight for it. I mean. There has to be some underlying issues, of course. You don't know, like that may have been what her mother's marriage looked like. You don't know if that void of her dad, if her dad was in her life. I don't know. Like that may be like the image. She's like, this is what I wanted for my kids.
Different things.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of things that can go into it. But when you talk about like the difference between a man and a woman cheating, when a man cheats, it's different because, like Denise said, it's not emotional as far as a woman. When she cheats, she technically is not looking to just feel a fantasy. Sometimes it's a void that's not there that she's feeling. Now, when a man cheats, when a woman to a man, that's how he views it. When his woman cheats, it's like somebody else has had my possession, and that right there is hands down. That's like somebody else getting in his car, taking it. And you know how men feel about their cars. Like, that is hands down that you can never, ever, like, it plays in your head all the time. Like, wait,
You seen
did
another
he go
penis.
in?
Right.
Did he go in?
It wasn't-
Like,
this
did he
wasn't
go
mine.
like this?
And they would
like,
ask
that's
questions
mine.
over
You know,
and
so
over
for
Okay, wait. Okay,
Yes.
because you got to think about the generation that's coming up right now, right?
Ah.
So before, we will just say, no,
right.
don't have sex, you don't give anybody head. Wait until you get in a relationship, wait until you're 21,
Right.
Right.
wait until you're 25, do this. These kids starting out at like 8th grade. They giving head.
give it all.
They giving up booty. They doing everything. So I don't think females are as emotionally attached as they used to be.
No.
It's kind of
No.
like do it and gone. Oh, I just wanted to see what it's. I don't care about
Oh, yeah.
him. I don't want.
But it's
Because that's
so
how
we
we're
can't-
wired
can
now.
We really can,
It's
but
true.
so can we really say when women cheat, it's an emotional thing now?
Well, now,
Because this
no.
generation coming up is totally
Yeah, we
different.
can.
They don't
I
care.
don't care. They can play that role all they want. It's
Yeah.
still emotional attachment to a woman, period.
To a-
God made
to a
us
certain
that way
extent.
to be emotional.
To a certain
And
extent.
we're going to be that emotional.
Because
Some
listen,
of them, no.
Look, if
No,
you
if-
listen to
if you
if you
see
listen
sex
to the
is
music,
all
look,
day. No,
listen to the
just
music.
Instagram, Snapchat,
All of it.
Facebook.
It's there.
When you scroll, this
It's
on
there.
your feed.
It's there.
Like on your feed.
Who are
You
you
see
friends
it.
with?
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be friends with
You don't
anybody.
have to be
It's
friends
in the music to
Like-
be. It's okay for you to sleep with him. It's okay for him to sleep with her. It's in the. There's a song, but,
the
but there's a
girls
song, and
sharing-
she talks about the weekend. She only want him on the weekend. You can have him
On
Monday
when-
through Thursday, baby, but on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, give him to me because I need mine.
And the song is popular because
It's popular.
people think like that.
But
Like,
if you
that's
listen to the
okay.
words,
It's like-
you're the side chick.
So
It's
can
the-
we say double standards are starting to
Change.
reverse?
Yes.
And it's more
The roles are
empowering for women.
reversing in all things, not just in careers, not just in bank accounts, sexuality, the way a household is ran, the way she run the streets. She can rip and run the streets as she wants. She can put rims on her car. She can have all the jewels she wants. She can wear the big chains. She can do whatever she wants. That's what society tells them today. Like, oh, okay. It's equality now. There's no separation, baby. You want to drive the big car, the big body? Go for it. Oh, you want to have side dudes? Go for it. It's
And
okay.
It's happening.
Go for it. Have him.
It's happening.
Have him on the weekend.
Well, that was intense. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up with our end quote.
United we stand, divided we fall.
And that was a part of the Constitution. So women, let's stick together. Let's not be judgmental. Let's share. Let's care. Let's look at each other's situation as a learning tool instead of trying to hinder or pull down someone else. And that's all on her wind down.
Yes.
Round of applause. Round of